In cybersecurity, a threat actor is any individual or entity that carries out an attack. There are different types, attributes, and motivations of which to be aware. For example, a hacker trying to exploit a vulnerability has a different attack profile than an organized crime group waging an assault on your network. Before we look at the threat actors, it's important to understand their motivation. Let's look at the difference between opportunistic and targeted attacks. In an opportunistic attack, the threat actor usually tries to make easy money as fast as possible and with minimal effort. Because hiding their tracks and presence is time-consuming, they usually won't bother. They want to get in, grab the goods, and get out. Think of it as the smash and grab of cyber attacks. Opportunistic attacks are unstructured and scan a wide range of systems for known vulnerabilities, such as old software, exposed ports, default configurations, etc. A common example of an opportunistic attack is ransomware. A targeted attack, on the other hand, is much more dangerous and difficult to defeat. A targeted attack is structured and focused on a specific organization or person. The motivation for a targeted attack is data exfiltration. The data is often used for other purposes, such as espionage, blackmail, financial gain, or revenge. Now, let's look at different threat actors. An insider threat is anyone who has received rights or privileges to access systems as part of their responsibilities to the organization. This can be employees, contractors, or even guests who may access the network temporarily. If the organization doesn't have good off-boarding controls, there's the blurred case of former insiders, such as ex-employees now working at another company or dismissed and now harbor a grievance. The main motivators for a malicious internal threat actor are revenge and financial gain. You must also assess the possibility that an insider threat may be working in collaboration with an external threat actor or group. A whistleblower is someone with an ethical motivation for releasing confidential information. While this could be classed as an internal threat in some respects, it's important to realize that whistleblowers can't themselves be threatened or labeled in any way that seems retaliatory or punitive. Becoming an internal threat actor or an insider doesn't always require an employee to make a conscious decision to carry out an attack. Insider threats can also arise from unintentional sources. An unintentional or inadvertent insider threat is often caused by a lack of awareness or carelessness, such as users demonstrating poor password management. Without proper training, they'll continue to compromise the organization in ignorance. Another example of an unintentional insider threat is the concept of shadow IT. Shadow IT refers to hardware or software purchased or introduced to the workplace without the sanction of the IT department and without going through a procurement and security analysis process. Many employees want quick solutions and may download or use apps and services that aren't IT approved. The problem of shadow IT is exacerbated by the proliferation of cloud services and mobile devices, which are easy for users to obtain. Shadow IT creates a new unmonitored attack surface for malicious adversaries to exploit. Unless the IT department has approved the solution, they could pose a threat to security. The key takeaway is that insiders have easier access to company assets than an outsider trying to break in, making them a more dangerous threat. External threat actors are commonly referred to as hackers. The term hacker describes an individual with the skills to gain access to computer systems through unauthorized or unapproved means. Originally, hacker was a neutral term for a user who excelled at computer programming and computer system administration. However, the term gradually became associated with illegal or malicious system intrusions. The terms unauthorized, previously known as black hat, and authorized, previously known as white hat, are used to distinguish these motivations. It's also helpful to define additional threat actors based on different motivations and capabilities. An unskilled attacker is someone who uses hacker tools without necessarily understanding how they work or having the ability to craft new attacks. Unskilled attacks might have no specific target or any reasonable goal other than gaining attention or proving technical abilities. Today, many threat actors are now likely to work as part of a team or group. The collaborative team effort means that these threat actors are able to develop sophisticated tools and novel strategies. A hacktivist group, such as Anonymous, WikiLeaks, or LulzSec, uses cyber weapons to promote a political agenda. Hacktivists might attempt to use data exfiltration to obtain and release confidential information to the public domain, perform service disruption attacks, or deface websites to spread disinformation. Political, media, and financial groups and companies are most at risk of becoming a target for hacktivists, but environmental and animal advocacy groups may target companies in a wide range of industries. In many countries, cybercrime has overtaken physical crime in terms of the number of incidents and losses. Organized crime can operate across the internet from a different jurisdiction than its victim, increasing the complexity of prosecution. Criminals will seek an opportunity for profit, but typical activities are financial fraud against individuals and companies and blackmail or extortion. Most espionage is thought to be pursued by state actors, but it's not inconceivable that a business competitor might use cyber espionage against its competitors. Such attacks could aim at theft, disrupt a competitor's business, or damage their reputation. Competitor attacks might be facilitated by employees who have recently changed companies and bring insider knowledge with them. Most nation-states have developed cybersecurity expertise and will use cyber weapons to achieve military and commercial goals. Nation-state actors have been implicated in many attacks, particularly on energy, health, and electoral systems. The goals of state actors are primarily disinformation and espionage for political or military strategic advantages, but it's known for countries to target companies for financial gain. The term Advanced Persistent Threat, or APT, was coined to understand the behavior underpinning modern types of cyber adversaries. Rather than think in terms of systems being infected with a virus or Trojan, an APT refers to the ability of an adversary to achieve an ongoing compromise of network security, to obtain and maintain access, using various tools and techniques. Well, that's it for this lesson. In this lesson, we discussed different types of attacks, such as opportunistic and targeted attacks. We also talked about different threat actors, including insiders, hackers, organized crime, competitors, and nation-states.